In this chapter, I'll explain the basic operation flow of the OFX Primat AI on Autodesk Flame. First, prepare your green screen foreground and background clips. Open an OpenFX node and select Primat AI from the Kia group. Connect the foreground and background clips to the first and the second sockets of the OFX Primat AI node, respectively. This brings up the Primat AI GUI and the default result. The GUI has 3 pages: Main, FG Color, and Matte Util. Most chroma key adjustments are made on the main page. To start, I'll demonstrate the easiest operation using the AI drive mode. The other modes, manual and pixel adaptive, will be covered in a later chapter. These sliders are disabled when you are in AI drive mode. When using AI drive mode, Primat AI attempts to set up the chroma key parameters as thoroughly as possible. First, it scans the foreground image and estimates the background color using a machine learning technique called Support Vector Machine. Then it generates a cleanback, which is an artificial green screen without any foreground objects. Next, it analyzes the color components in the foreground object to develop a pixel processing coefficient. Finally, all pixels are processed according to this coefficient. These steps are completed automatically with no manual adjustment needed. If the AI drive mode result doesn't meet your expectations, you can make further adjustments. Here's how to fine-tune the output. As you can easily notice, there's a large dirt spot in the upper right area. The background screen noise can be controlled using the BG transparency slider. Increasing the slider value reduces background noise. Since this slider adjusts the tolerance for the background color range, it also removes the fine details and creates a harder, choppy edge. Keep this slider value as low as possible. If you have persistent dirt spots and can't achieve a clean result, it's often better to paint them out. However, before manually removing the dirt with paint, there's another step to consider. The dirt may remain due to poor clean back generation. Primat AI always uses a clean backplate generated from the original green screen foreground. If you have a real clean plate, you can use it as an external cleanback. This technique is discussed in Chapter 3 of this video. When using the internally generated cleanback, you can adjust a slider called Clean Back Level. This changes the threshold for the background color area in the clean plate generation. When set to 1.0, the clean plate appears flat and consistent in color. Adjusting this slider can create a smoother clean plate. In this example, setting the value to 0.2 removes the dirt while preserving the overall shading of the background screen. Now the background dirt looks better. We can apply a slight adjustment to the BG transparency slider to further clean up the background noise. As you can see, adjusting the cleanback level and BG transparency sliders enhances the composite quality. The spill sub-level slider controls the green spill removal process. In this example, setting it to 0.4 brings the yellow shirt closer to its original color. The FG opacity slider controls the transparency of semi-transparent objects. The effect of this slider will be covered in detail in Chapter 6. In this chapter, I demonstrated the basic operation flow using an example clip.